Those three players have been right in the thick of things in this.
And it looks like Ben Reynolds is going to start in the middle again. He is. Up he goes. He won the knockout against back two. Got it down towards Middleton. Couldn't claim it. Chance here. Middleton thrown off the footy. Going to take a free kick. The umpiring, Ron, in a word, good, very good or excellent?
Excellent.
Okay, I agree. They've been terrific. Everyone that goes for the ball's got a fair chance of getting hold of it. As Middleton goes towards half forward, Jarman over the back, can't take it. Gill's got it. He tumbles the punt into the forward zone. Coming out, Skoko in front of Stewart. Takes the mark for North Geelong. Been an interesting duel, that one, and Skoko relieves the pressure for the fabulous Magpies.
Certainly lovely kick too. Looks to Jones in the centre of the ground, but Malakalis is a better sight for the footy. And the bounce favoured. Oh, Andrews, the high flyer, on top of Elzinger's shoulders. Supporter ground level Andy Smith up. That goes to the teeth of goal. Vac, threw it out. Got away with it to Schwinnerson. Which way do I go? He's found Sydney Jones at half back, who doesn't let him down and takes a very, very nice mark under a very close checking Andy Smith.
What about Andrews? He was twice as high as Joe Cocker that time.
Well, that brought back memories, it did.
Oh, sensational, wasn't it? Here comes Jones. It reminds me of you in the 60s with your floral shirt and the joint hanging out of your mouth. Here comes the ferret. He has a bounce. He runs away, goes the ferret. Malakalis, right foot kick into the forward zone. Looking for Stewart. Punched away from Stewart. Oh, had the player there had it spent. Ramsey had it spent before he had it. Now little kick into the forward zone. Amateurs, left foot kick, Sammy Luke, straightens up, goes for goal. Would have been a beauty into the breeze. He's offline, he's missed to the right-hand side of the goal mouth, who 1 point only. Laurie the goal is back. Crucial kick, Laurie. Could he kick that? Who knows what might have happened?
That's right. It's very crucial. They seem to be a bit fired up, Amateurs.
Yeah, well, they've done the attacking early stages, and I'll tell you, this young bloke's come into the flick of things too, Justin Andrews. Takes the ball cleanly at half forward. A lovely pass, low trajectory, and he's hit the full forward in Stewart, right on the tit. Opportunity here.
Oh, Ronnie, that's a bit sexist.
30 metres from goal.
It's a bit sexist.
And I would suggest that, Amateurs have done their homework a little better than North Geelong at half time.
Well, Justin Andrews played well towards the latter part of that second quarter, I thought, and he's continued on.
He played well all the second quarter. He played well toward the latter half of the first quarter. Justin Andrews has been quite a consistent performer, actually. Here comes Stewart. He straightens up. The ball swings back with the breeze. It swings back. It swings back. The Evidence have hit the front. Oh, what a goal. Andrews bombs through a beauty. I beg your pardon. Stewart kicks the goal. Andrews is the player that's lifted them. And they've hit the front, Brady. What about your 8-goal prediction now?
Looking a bit sad at the minute, Cookie. But it's not over. That. Yeah, lovely taught instead.
Can kick a footy.
Yeah, can kick a footy. And it's not over, Cookie, until the fat lady sings. So just don't get too carried away.
I never said it was over. I said you said they win by 8 goals. 1 point in front now, North. 1 point behind North Geelong. The Amateurs have hit the front 7-7-49 on the Corio Village News Agency third quarter scoreboard is 7-6-48. Back into the middle. Reynolds has made all the difference. Up he goes. He knocks the ball to the ground. Luke's the chance. Tapped away from Luke. Goes back towards Swinnerson. Clean bowled him. Here comes the old fella. Alford. The hand pass out is very, very, very nice indeed. He got it to Jones. Jones chips it into the pocket, but Farrell, who's played very, very well on Boothroyd, and he takes the mark in the back pocket, and he'll kick out of the defensive zone up towards Andrews, who's up high again. Didn't try to mark that time, Justin Andrews. Put the fist into it. Percentage football, Rod?
Yeah, it was, because he was out of position and did well to nullify Jones on that occasion. Got the right as well. And loose of the ball now out of bounds half forward. Member side of the Western Oval. Lord Jovanovic ran into a brick wall there. Andrews, likewise, Sammy Luke collared him well. Loose ball. Umpire said, give it to me, we'll have a bounce down as Jovanovic gets up, just shaking the head a bit. Cop one around the old ear leg, I would suggest.
Bounce down. Reynolds up, taps it over the back. It's all right. Gives it a player there. Got the foot on the Crichton got the foot in, but it got the fist into the face too. But a play allowed to go on. Crichton's kick goes towards the centre. Jones at ground level spills it out wide. Not a bad hand pass either. Here comes the axe. Burns is on the ground. They need him, Ronnie, to liven things up a bit, and he goes out wide. Too wide in fact. It's out of bounds.
Yeah, interesting move, and it looks like he's picking up the Rooster in Danny Wilson, and that's where, from memory, Stuart Marnie was playing. So Stewie Marnie having a spell.
Boundary throw in. Orford had a fresh air shot. Kick off the ground by Luke. He's been lively for them, the Amateurs. He served them very well, actually. Sammy Luke. The ball's rebounded off a few players, a couple of kicks and a bit of a tap and a slap, and out of bounds she goes on the far side of the ground, right in front of the Petrol Hotel. A sign out there, Ron. Yeah, that's another one you've been barred from.
Gary Barr down there, mate of mine. Don't you worry about that. As we see North Geelong now. Sydney Jones has worked very hard early stages of the third term. Screws it back. Now, Boothroyd, can he get a handle on footy? Yes, he does. Good persistency from the legs. Kicks it back to the teeth of goal.
Kick.
Gumley couldn't mark the ball cleanly, but it had time to butter up. Oh, good body work there. Justin Andrews takes a fine grab at half-back members' side of the Western Oval.
He's had the better of Troy Elzinga too today, Andrews. Up he goes, over the top. Sammy Luke might have taken a good mark. It's a push-out decision. It's been paid here. Is it going to go to Luke?
Yeah, he's paid the mark.
He paid the mark. He signified a push there. Anyway, Luke takes this kick from the resultant mark up the Jarman. He's up in front, can't mark. That rows the pack nicely, chips it out towards Burns versus Wilson. Who's got the pace? We know who's got the pace. Who's got the experience? We know who's got that. Actually, it's tapped back here by Burns. It goes back to Wilson. So round one goes to Danny Wilson as he chips the ball out wide. Oh, an Andrews player must take a free kick. It looks like Stasic ran back into three North Geelong players, put his body in the line and was infringed in his attempt to mark.
Yes, Stasic now. Opportunity to drive them into attack. Goes to down to the corridor. In front, though, Simon Vac, who takes a very nice grab at centre half back for the Magpies. Now, has a look at the options he's got, and he's pinpointed Alford, who's behind. Now, in front there was Reynolds. Good shepherding there. Hardiman put him out of position as we see Klingon pick up a very handy chest mark at half foot in front there of his opponent, and he'll drive the Amateurs into attack.
And the kick was from Samuel Luke, who's been pretty good. Up goes Klingon towards the forward zone. Pack of players there. Knocked away. Here's the chance. The young fella Ramsey got the hand pass out. Oh, Middleton dropped one he would have liked to have grabbed. Now he goes around wide of Hardman. Then gives the ball back to Hardman. Unbelievable. Laurie to go. Terrible. And I agree with you, Laurie. No arguments at all. Out towards the centre wing it goes. Here come the fabulous Magpies. That looks like Maroney getting a little kick in towards half forward. How important the turnover, because Boothroyd marks on the 50-metre line and should score from here for North Geelong.
Very costly turnover that, David. He shouldn't have done it. He's more experienced than that. They could pay for this.
Oh, I reckon they'll pay with blood. Tears of blood at nearly 7.5 minutes gone at Rocky's 24-hour Lux mid-time clock in the third quarter. The Amateurs got 49 points to 48. They lead by a point as Boothroyd comes in, straightens up and goes bang! Magnificent kick off the bat of Boothroyd. 4 points on the board, and how important the muck up at the far end was.
Yeah, well, it just goes to show you that at this standard of football, any mistake can be costly, and on that occasion, the fabulous Magpies haven't let me down, and they're back in front.
Yeah, they've hit the front again. They're kicking with the breeze, going to right of screen. 54 plays 49. It's North Geelong by 5 points in the second semi-final on the Corio Village News Agency scoreboard. Ray Edwards out there at Corio Village. Great supporter of Guest Video. Great supporter of the GDFL. Glad to have him aboard, Ronnie.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Good on you, Ray Edwards out there at Corio Village News Agency. Bounce down, back in the middle. A beauty, too. With Sean Ryan, you can hold your head high tonight, son. Comes to ground. Sydney Jones. Darryl couldn't quite get... Oh, caught one a bit high that time. And he's okay. He just gets up and says, the footy, fellas, and I'll drive those pies into attack.
Well, if they're able to kick 3 or 4 goals quickly here, North Geelong, the turnover at the other end is really crucial, isn't it?
Certainly, David, yes. No doubt about that.
Jones chips the ball across to Swennis, and his partner in crime takes the mark. He's too far out, I think, to score.
Because I think Amateurs come out fired up, and they've played well for that 5 minutes, but that turnover can be very, very crucial.
A bit deflating. Swennis,
yes.
Oh, he's gone the barrel. He spiralled it too, right down in the teeth. That goal, he's offline. He got the distance all right, but was offline with the kick.
At about 80 metres.
He's kicked at 70.
He's kicked at about 62, I reckon. I'll just level things up here a bit. 8 goals, 7.55 points, North Geelong. The Amateurs have got 7.49 on the Corio Village News Agency scoreboard, and the ball comes back into play.
Yeah, Simon Farrell elects to go there to the Andrews direction, but at ground level low, the Axeman in Shane Burns gets a quick chip around the corner. Looks for Al Moroney, but again, boundary line too close for Moroney. It's out of bounds, around 35 metres from the North Geelong goal. Early stages of the third and premiership quarter here this afternoon. 9.5 minutes gone on the Rockies Locksmith Corio Village time clock.
Okay, Laurie, from a North Geelong point of view, how far in front would you like to be with the final quarter starting?
Well, I'd say they'd have to be about... I'd like to think they could be 3 or 4, I think, in front. 3/4 time.
4 goals, 24 points in front.
Yes, I'd say that'd be a fairly handy margin, but there's a lot of footy left in this game yet, and the conditions out there is quite warm. It's warm behind our backs here, so it's got to be warm out there as well, and
yeah.
Here's take a toll on these players.
Here's Alford straightening up, having a firing shot for the goal. Up high. Oh, no mark taken, but Neil Orford probably should have done better. He was inside 50 there. The kick wasn't all that good. Farrell elected to take the ball over the line and out of bounds. And it's a boundary showing.
It was Malacallis that got up there. I thought
That was the Malacallis.
I thought it was a Superman there for a minute.
He did fly high, Ronnie, but not much good if you don't grab the footy. Boundary showing free kick coming up here. It's going to go the way of the amateurs.
Ooh.
Russell Brogdon stands there and says, who's it for? Ben Reynolds was in front of that contest. Well, I guess if you're in front today, Ronnie, you've got every chance of getting a free kick, and Reynolds is going to relieve the pressure for the MOs out towards half back.
Yeah, I agree. And Simon Vack not paid the mark, but nearly got it away. Good pressure there, amateurs. And Malacallis just hit the ball off his hand at the right time.
That ball pulled up there. Did you notice that?
Yep.
Did it
It's
ever
just
enter
one
the
where
breeze?
just one where that breeze intensified a bit.
Yes, it has. It's going more down now to the right of screen rather than across the ground. So
Well, they may want more than 4 goals in Cookie.
Okay, Vac goes up and knocks the ball to the turf. He's looking for a teammate who will kick the way. The ball is now spinning free out at almost centre wing. Little kick off the ground from Andrews. Wasn't bad. Gained another few metres with a knock on. It's out of bounds. Attacking side of centre wing now for the amateurs. And Ronnie, they're going to work the ball into the breeze. I reckon Laurie's right. I reckon the breeze is a bit straighter, a bit more down the ground.
Look at those
and it's
flags
probably
over
worth
the
a
other
bit more.
side, boys. Look at those flags.
We're looking at those, Noel, and I think you're right too as well with Laurie. I think the game has swung a bit. Definitely worth another couple of goals if you use the ball correctly to the right hand of screen.
Widdowson did well, got it to Jones, to Pastovic, who handballs to the dash now of Burns. Will the ball sit for him? Yes, it does. Now he looks to see where he can put it. Sees Simo out here, centre wing. Oh, and he took a nice one-hander. Couldn't do so. Smith comes in and cuts the path. Good work, Andy Smith, and found the boundary line because the Magpie defence was running rampant there.
There's no value in those one-handers, Ronnie.
No, critical of Simo earlier as well, and he did that. So Simo, will you stop it?
Jay, Bobby Simpson was a great slips catch, evidently. Yeah. Young Steve Simpson can't quite pull off the one-handers as Bobby could in his heyday for Australia in the slips. Boundary throw in, whistle on play. This will be a ball up for sure. As I see the smiling cameraman, Sean Cannon, looking back at me. Nice to see you with us, Sean. You've been asleep for 2 quarters. He's woken up now, and the umpire bounces the ball in the play. Oh, Stacks on the mill. Throw it up again if you don't mind. And well, not much you can say about that passage of play, Ron. We've gone 12.5 minutes on the Rockies 24-hour Locksmith time clock in the 3rd quarter. 55 plays 49. It is just 6 points the difference. North Geelong in attack and in control of the game at the present time.
Yeah, Reynolds again got a handle on it, but Jovanovic to Pastovic. This is good footy. Pastovic's kick, bouncing footy. Bounces the wrong way of the big stick and a minor score. And, well, to amateur credit, they're really working hard and making North Geelong earn every kick.
Certainly, Ron. Every time there's a contest around the big players, you seem to always be calling Ben Reynolds. He's doing quite well, isn't he?
Okay, well, here's a big
Certainly
fella
is.
taking the mark from the kick in from foul. Alford judged that magnificently. 2 or 3 players went up before him. He judged it to perfection, and he was able to drag the mark to the ground. Alford now, a short kick. The lead was on from Pastovic. He couldn't take the mark as he hit the turf. Picked up by Sydney Jones. He chips it back to Brogdon, who takes the mark. He is 45 metres out from goal. Perhaps he's got a kick from about 48. He's directly in front, Russell Brogdon, and being quite a lively player for the North Geelong Magpies this afternoon.
Well, if the breeze has changed to the degree that it has, gentlemen, I reckon Brogdon will kick this out of the park.
I think he'll kick it.
Here comes Brogdon. He's a lovely left foot kick normally. He comes in. He'll favour the left foot, no worries. Oh, he kicked it out of the park. I think you're right, Brady. I tell you what, he's hit the bike track. Magnificent kick, Russell Brogdon. He's kicked his 3rd goal of the day. He's been a good player for North Geelong too, and he's kicked his 3rd, and they've gone further ahead. They've got a couple of goal break. Now, at the 12-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, Laurie, what do the Amateurs do now? They've got to get one back.
They've got to fight back now. They've certainly got to keep attacking. There's no purpose in putting anyone down that back line. They've just got to keep working hard and try and score into this breeze themselves. Because they've got last use of it, and we just said before it's intensified. So I wouldn't be too concerned just at the moment. They have to score.
9-8-62, North Geelong 7-7-49. Whistle on play.
Good umpire decision there.
Yeah, against Steve Simpson, I think you'll find Peter Klingon, recipient of the free kick.
The ball to the centre.
They have to make something of this, amateurs.
Ben Reynolds got to let the centre on.
Yeah, Stewart's in front. Oh, nearly got there too. The bouncing ball favours Stewie Hardiman. Left foot in front. Got to knock
grab.
the ball away, Simon Vack. Reynolds takes a fine grab.
Gee, it's been a good move of Reynolds into the ruck. He's played brilliantly since he went there. He's controlled the centre here. Smith having a flying shot on the right foot. Oh, it bounced the wrong way. That was a Jimmy Higgs leg break as opposed to a Tim May off break. Jimmy Higgs could turn him a 17-foot. He didn't know where they were going. Hey, walking past. Good afternoon, Barry. Very good.
Barry,
Thank you.
and
Nice
look
to
at
see
$1
you.
million as usual, too.
Tell you what, you put on a bit of weight, Barry. You look like Roddy. The ball's back into play. 62 plays 50. The ball's out of half back. Here comes Brogdon. Taps the ball in front of him. Burns lays the shepherd there on Andrews. Brogdon goes in over. Gets the free kick. 62 plays 50. Corio Village at News Agency scoreboard. North Geelong wanting to play on. Here's a chance for the Amateurs. They chip the ball back towards that. Well, shorter centre half forward. Jarman tries to paddle it forward ahead of him. Doesn't do so. And Hardman does well for the Pies. He kicks the ball back. Play on again. Umpires paying free kicks and let their advantage go. Swinnerson goes down the ground and Boothroyd comes out and takes a mark. And again we've seen the ball rebound from one end to the other. And again Boothroyd's having the shot for goal.
Yeah, exactly right. And that was a good umpiring decision there to allow that to be played on.
Well, I've got to be critical because the ball went past the mark. Technically, the umpire was wrong. The ball should have came back because the ball went beyond the mark where the incident took place, Laurie de Goldie.
Oh, you'd probably be technical there. I think that was pretty good play.
The right foot goes long with the right foot. One of the goal umpire drifted across to the right-hand side. The wind must have changed, Ronnie, because that would have been a goal in the first quarter. That would have come back with a breeze. Laurie?
Definitely right, yes. You called that well
it's
done.
straightened up and it's going straight down the ground now. And Rodney Boothroyd kicks one behind.
Just
2-2.
back to that point, Ron, how
Charlie.
can you play the advantage behind the mark? The ball has to be forward
when
of the
a
mark to
player
play
is
the
running
advantage.
forward and the ball is spilt to either side of the mark, it is an advantage to allow the player to continue.
Yes.
While
The umpire
these
did the right
two
thing.
learned idiots
No,
are commentating
the ball
here,
had gone
I'll take
beyond
the
the
play
mark.
because Farrell's got the ball at fullback. He's kicked him magnificently all day, and this is no exception. Magnificent kick from Farrell. Kicks it well out over the 50-metre line. No mark taken. North Geelong, a little kick, goes into the forward zone. Here's a chance for Boothroyd.
Farrell
Can't
again.
quite handle it, Farrell. As Ronnie said, does very well. And he's done a good job on the big fella down there at full forward. It's out of bounds. A boundary showing 20 metres around from the behind post. Scoreboard reads 63. Plays 50, 13 points in front, North Geelong, and we've gone 15 minutes to the third quarter.
Oh, Sammy Luke flicked the ball over the top. This could be costly because Jovanovic swooped on the leather and over Jovanovic goals.
He loves those. He swallows them, Laurie. He swallows
Bread and
them.
butter stuff.
Yeah, that's bread and butter stuff. You used to do that, a bit of that, Ronnie.
Yes, certainly, but I'd kick him through at post height though,
Oh,
Laurie.
I wish I'd have mentioned that now. No, he's been a very lively player out there, hasn't he? I've been very impressed with him out there. He gives plenty of options out there. And one of the things I'll just like make a quick comment with Justin Andrews, he seems to be kick chasing a lot. Just noticed him there before on the other side of the ground. I think it'd be much better if he stayed here and give an avenue for amateurs to go home with.
Yeah, good call, Laurie.
Well, I don't know, Laurie. He's had the job of Elzinger. He did the better of Elzinger. I've got no doubts
Well,
about
he's certainly
that.
done that, but they've got to go forward, amateurs, and there's no point running over the other side of the ground there trying to kick chase.
Okay, here's Reynolds again, doing well in the centre of the ground. Knocked it to the turf. Chance there. The middle by Middleton, was it? Trying to get the ball out the centre. Smith it was. He might be able to run the ball, Ron. Yep. Couldn't get the ball free. The umpire's going to ball it up again. Right in the centre of the ground. Third quarter, a vital one. We've gone 7.5 minutes on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock. Bounces towards the axe. Burns. He chips the pass around. Around it goes. Hand pass comes back. It's all right too. North Geelong doing all right too. Widdowson who straightens up on left foot and goes for forward pocket. Not a bad kick. Boothroyd's given away a free kick here for sure. Farrell in front and he's done very, very well back there, Farrell. And he takes this one at half back.
Yeah, the best defender on the ground for mine, and he goes out wide, looking there for Reynolds. That's the target. The big fella doesn't let him down, but I think you'll find the boundary line beats him. And he'll have to now let the boundary umpire have a touch of the leather. Throw it in about 70 metres from the North Geelong goal. Out of sight of the Western Oval. Midway through the third and premiership quarter of footy. 19 points the margin, North Geelong's favour.
Good high throw in too. Gave him all a chance. Knockdown was a beauty from off. Bit of Brogdon. Outside 50. Tumbles the punt into the forward zone. A chance.
Oh!
To straighten up. Is it a goal? Benstead
It's hit the post.
hit the post. Oh, Jared Benstead on the ground. He straightened up as if he meant it. He usually plays in defence, Ronnie, but he just hit the post on that
Well,
occasion.
Ivan Jovanovic's not too happy with him because he was in the goal square by himself.
Now the kick out from Farrell is quite a good one as Gumley, who's been a bit quiet today. Usually plays a good game, Gumley. Been a bit quiet today. Takes the mark, goes up towards Reynolds, who can't take it. Little kick off the ground there from the Stasic. Got it a few metres, but a free kick coming up for North Geelong. I think you'll find.
And it's Justin Andrews. And what's he doing on that side of the ground? And as Laurie de Goldie pointed out, he's kick chasing. Should be on this side, creating an opportunity for his teammates out of defence.
Simpson got it to half forward, picked up by Benstead, who received the hand pass, chipped it into Jovanovic. Lively, no mark, paid, play on as the call, and still play on. Here they come, beat the drum. Out comes Moroney, the hand pass, a shocker. Give it away to Luke. Luke now for the amateur, straightens up, he goes back towards half back. Had a good mark taken here. Who was that, Roddy?
Middleton it was
Middleton,
to Smith.
Yeah, did well.
Smith's kick well in front there of his teammate Klingon, who's under pressure. Keeps the ball in front of him, and we see now Smith come in, and he's a little bit agitated with himself because the disposal from half back should have been a little better for mine, but we'll see a throw right in front of the commentary position, centre wing members side of the Western Oval.
And a one-handed throw in too. It's a high one. Gives the Jarman does well over the back. The hand pass to Ramsey, who said, here to me. Here comes Ramsey to half forward. Off the ball goes Stewart. He couldn't handle on that occasion. Who's that out of defence? Might be Widdowson or Simpson, is it?
Simpson.
Out to half back, and Hardman takes the mark on half back flank. Stewie Hardman now for North Geelong. Their best defender by a mile. He chips it down, and a lovely mark taken by Alford, who judged that to perfection.
Yep, the Breeze just carried it nicely for Neil Alford, who bangs it onto with the left foot up there for the high flyers at ground level. Oh, there's been a kick picked out. And
Boothroyd says it's mine.
well,
I couldn't see that, Ronnie.
I couldn't see that either. I think that's a very soft free kick. There was two Magpies in Alan Moroney and Ivan Jovanovic swooping on the leather. And I think I would have preferred them to have a shot at goal than Legs at the moment, because he's not really that confident in front of goal to date.
He's got 2 goals too, Laurie. How do you fancy him here?
I think he'll kick this one. It's right where he likes it.
Right where he likes him. Angle about 30 degrees. Boothroyd just 25, 30 metres out from goal. He comes in and kicks it right across the face. He has scrambled to behind. Awful kick from Rod Boothroyd. Brainy, you might be right. Again, the Akrop one's caught it. He said he preferred Jovanovic or Moroney to have a shot. And, well, Boothroyd's got a point. 10-11, 71 on the board, North Geelong. Having got 7-8 goals, 50 points on the board. It is 21 points the difference. Corio Village News Agency third quarter scoreboard. And we've gone, I reckon, about 22 minutes on the Rockies. Geez, I'm not bad. 22 and a half minutes gone on the Rockies 24-hour Locksmith time clock.
Yeah, good call, Cookie. Just waiting on the return of the footy.
Yeah, they're playing the huddle out here at 10-half back, Ronnie.
Yeah. Melly of players.
How would you go, Ron, with the huddle? Wasn't in your day.
Well, they wouldn't be able to get around him. How'd he be in the huddle? There'd be no one else in it.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting
If they
one.
don't like that.
It's an interesting one, isn't it?
I like to see him kick it wrong.
Yeah, I do. I like to see it. Long.
Put the foot into it. Put the foot into it, son. They're screaming down here. Farrell does too. He's kicked out magnificently all day. Too far. The might have been pushed off the footy for mine, I think.
Well, he's infringed on the player, but had he taken the mark, it would have been interesting to see what the umpire had suggested.
Luke it was. Kicks the ball back towards. Oh, good mark.
Played well.
Good mark. That's Stewie Hardman. He's been the best defender for North Geelong, I think, along with Milton. No, I think I give it to Stewie.
Simo's hasn't been a bad job.
Ronnie, you're watching a different game.
Oh,
the ball's at half forward now for North
you're
Geelong.
on drugs, Cookie.
It hits the turf. Here they come. Brogden's got it, but the whistle's gone before Brogden had got clean possession. It's a free kick to Jared Benstead. Now, Benstead. Kicked it behind before Ronnie. Can he straighten up and put this one through? An important kick just in the context of the game. Give him a handy break.
Jared's football has been in defence. And that's probably where he should stay.
That wasn't a bad effort. You're a bit hard, Ron.
No, I know people's potential in front of goal. I'm sorry, Jared, but...
Here comes the huddle again.
Kick like a defender.
Okay, there's Simon Farrell in the goal square, ready to bring the ball back into play. Almost 20 minutes gone of the third quarter. Farrell elects to go out wide towards Stasic. He can't control the foot. He's got opposition there too from Brogden and also Pastovic. It's off hands, it's out of bounds. It is just inside the 50. North Geelong into attack. And as Ronnie Brain lights another coffin in the nail, or nail on the coffin, depends which side of the river you're born. The boundary umpire puts it back into play. Out of defence comes Ramsey. Well done, young fella. Up he goes, and Jarman takes the mark in front of Widdowson, short of the centre of the ground. Timmy Jarman kicked 3 goals so far for the afternoon. Goes up towards Elzinga. He's holding. Actually, he was infringed there. Sorry, by Andrews.
That's a good call.
And yeah. Elzinger's free kick all the way. Chips it back to Vac, who marks the ball in between the centre and the centre wing position. Simon Vac now. I'll need to use this breeze a bit better, I think. Here's at ground level. There's a chance for Swinnerson. This way, that way. Little chip around the corner. Not a good one from Timmy Boy. Here comes Gumley. Got it. The kick. No, he got it through the pack there. Good effort from Gumley to get that ball forward. Wilson got to get a free kick out there. Advantage paid, and Stasic relieves the pressure for the Amateurs Football Club.
Yeah, good footy. Good footy. Smithy now. Oh, concentrate on what you're doing. He nearly lost it, but was good enough to get kicked to ball to boot. But making a mull of it there in defence. Here's a go.
The Ferret.
Yeah. Deary
Back
me.
to Smith. The Ferret to Smith over the top. Straighten up Klingon. Straighten up Klingon. I think Klingon might have got this. Nose and all. Klingon's kicked it.
Well, who was the North Geelong defender that dropped that mark?
I'll let you pick him up, Ron.
I think it may have been Glenn Milne. Yes, it was.
Might have been his first mistake for the day. He's done pretty well, Milne, but
pretty costly one.
Klingon pretty happy. I've seen him drop his strides in a disco one night, they tell me, but a very nice goal, that one from Klingon. He's a good mate of Sean Cannon.
I thought he took the whole lot off.
The cameraman Sean Cannon, he's a good mate of his. 10-12-72, 8-8-56. Corio Village News Agency, third quarter scoreboard. And the Amateurs keep fighting back, Laurie. Have they done enough in this quarter?
They're working quite well. Just going to say there before, Smithy nearly made a meal of that again up there before, and lucky they capitalised and kicked the goal. I think they're working quite well, Amateurs, actually.
Yeah, they certainly are, but there's been a soft one, but that was there. North Geelong get the benefit here. Alford infringed with, now goes inboard to the centre of the ground and finds an unmarked Schwinnerson. Right foot kick this time, up to half forward. Lovely mark taken, Ivan Jovanovic. And what a nice inclusion he's been for the Magpies this afternoon, gentlemen.
He's played very well, Ron. Yes, he's certainly a live wire up there. This wouldn't be out of the realms of possibility of kicking this either.
Well, he loves these. He loves them. He loves to kick them from the angles. Ivan Jovanovic. He absolutely loves them from the angle. He'll straighten up. I tell you what, if he doesn't have a shot at goal, I'm not here. Here comes Jovanovic, number 34. Right in the screen now as he comes in. He runs to the right, and I'll tell you what, he kicks it to the right, and he's that far offline. He's almost hit the Bon Appetit sign there, which is about halfway between the half-forward flank and the forward pocket. And Ivan, you've let me down.
You wrap him up and what happens?
And if I was Ivan Pastovic, I wouldn't be very happy with him either, because he made a good lead and was ignored, and then he doesn't get anywhere near the woodwork.
Okay, the free kick's taken, and it's all right too, because Danny Wilson takes the mark. Up towards Andrews, who's up and takes a great mark and half back there for the Amateurs. And you can feel their lifting, Laurie.
Actually, that was a good mark. I see his uncle there before in Gareth Andrews. We all know about Gareth. He's just down there a little bit, and he was very pleased with that.
He's kicked that 60 metres more than what Gareth Andrews kicked it, because he kicked it 60 metres. The kick's all right. It goes to Ramsey instead of Wing. He tumbles the punt into Smith. The mark at half forward, and this might be 50, I reckon. Be very, very, very careful back here.
Well, the call was play on, and there's been a little dispute. Umpire won't change his mind. Well done. He'll bounce the footy.
Well, he called play on. I don't know what for.
Good call. What was the call for, Barry?
Bounce down, up goes Reynolds, wins the hit there, knocked back by Harvey, goes back towards Reynolds, he tries to paddle it forward, hand pass out wide, too far in fact, the North Geelong player there in Jeffrey Marnie, who can't gather it in. The boundary line looms up in front of the grandstand there, in fact in front of the bar, they're doing a fair trade there too today, Ronnie. It's out of bounds and a boundary show it will occur.
Okay, Vac, Reynolds. Oh, Reynolds got it to Vac, that was unusual. Oh! Yeah, it's pretty hot, that little footy at the minute, and good tackle there on Timmy Jarman by Jeffrey Marnie. Umpire will
One would be handy here, Ron.
Yeah, it would make things very interesting, Laurie, as we see the time clock. It's 29 minutes gone on the Rockies Locksmith Corio Village time. The third quarter.
Up they go. Reynolds has done very well since going into the ruck. He's a flying shot at the goal mouth. There's kick this.
Gill.
Nicky Gill, was it?
Yes, it was.
Ben Reynolds' ruck work was very good.
Excellent.
And Nicky Gill's goal was a beauty. And look at
a point.
But it was touched, mate, at the last.
Touched.
Yeah.
Well, Nicky Gill's goal would have been a beauty.
Now, good footy there, Widdowson. He's picked out Alan Moroney there at half back. Doesn't let him down. Plays on. Over to Stewie Hardiman, who's steady. Looks up to half forward. The leader, Brogdon, a good one. Oh, he's let it go. Deary me.
Gumley's given away a free kick, is he? 72 plays 57 on the Corio Village News Agency scoreboard. It's 10 goals, 12 plays, 8 goals, 9. North Geelong have a handy 15-point margin. Is that enough, Laurie, to Goldie with the last quarter not too far away?
Well, it's they would have liked it a lot more, I think, Cookie at three-quarter time, but...
It's pretty interesting as Stasic gathers the ball up the pack. Does well, does Ricky Stasic too. Goes towards centre wing. Here comes Schwennerson. Made a contest of that. Straightens up. The siren's gone. The siren's gone. What a last quarter we're going to have here.
They're certainly with a good sniff, I think, amateurs at this. I think North would have liked to have had a bigger break at three-quarter time than this.
Well, we know what North are like. Their experience in finals is, it's unheralded, isn't it? It's 10 goals, 12 on the board there for North Geelong. That is 72 points. They kicked 3 goals, 4 with the breeze. The Amateurs have got 8 goals, 9, 57. They actually managed 2 goals, 3 into the breeze, Ronnie. So pretty good effort from the Amateurs in that quarter.
Yeah, great quarter of football from the Amateurs side to keep them down because they kicked 6 with it in the first quarter, as you just mentioned. So, a good quarter of football, Amateurs. I don't think the margin's great enough, but can the Amateurs rally, though, and convert what they did in the second quarter? They kicked 4-1 in the second term. Bruisers picked up a bit. So, 3 less 1, that's 18 points. They're only 15 points up. I reckon it's going to get out of the wire.
Okay, Laurie.
Well, I think it's important at this stage of the game that Amateurs are in there with a show. I think that they'll be meeting there as they are at the moment, and they'll be sensing that if they give it a good shake, they've got a big chance to go into the grand final. I think that I'm not going to say they're going to win because I agree with what Cookie just said. The experience of North Geelong will have a big bearing on this. But they've certainly got a sniff there and they've got something to aim at, and their coach will certainly be pushing that forward at three-quarter time.
I'll tell you what, the final quarter is coming up. A free ticket in the grand final for the winner. A contest with Anarchy next week for the loser. I know what I'd rather do, Ronnie. I'd rather win the game. And the final quarter is not far away.